We fought for Telangana separate statehood, thinking that for all our miseries, the statehood is the solution. So even for a small house also, people will go to an architect, an engineer. Such a big barrage, the KCR without having an engineering background, he says that he designing and he'll do it, he'll definitely collapse. Still you got the Telangana, that is all because of Congress and UPA government and Sonia.
Sharmila, in an interview with us, told News Minute that she moved away because she did not want to split the votes of the Congress.
She is having a love towards the Congress party as she is the daughter of the great leader of the Congress party.
But she couldn't find a place in...
No, it's not like that.
Hello, this is Anjana Meenakshi for the News Minute. Ahead of the Telangana elections, today with me is the CLP leader and a very prominent face of the Telangana Congress, Mr. Bhatti Vikramarka. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So let's jump right into it. A month ago, or if you have to be a little more specific, 6 or 7 weeks ago, across the state, there wasn't a lot of certainty that the Congress would do very well. And this is the ground sentiment, right? In my estimate, that changed when the piers at Madiga barrage sank. That, to me, was the turning point when anti-incumbency began and Congress suddenly became very powerful and started to do better and better across what polls are predicting and stuff like that. Is that something you agree with, that Madiga was the turning point, or do you think anti-incumbency has different reasons? And
no, it's not like that, Ma. It has been there, and we have been telling the people also what all wrong things are taking place here, particularly loot the wealth of the Telangana people, the KCR family and the TRS government partners. In fact, the Bharat Jodo Yatra, when Rahulji started, it has been electrified the Congress cadre. After that, I've taken up a Padayatra for 4 months, nearing about 1364 kilometers continuously without a break, from Adilabad to Khammam. And from then onwards, in fact, I've gauged the pulse of the people, and in fact, I told the party also. See, the people are, they are willing to vote for the Congress. They want Congress. They have realized that the TRS, what all the promises they made, they are all only humbug. And this man is trying to cheat once again. And we fought for Telangana separate statehood, thinking that for all our miseries, the statehood is the solution. And the wealth of the Telangana will be definitely useful for our livelihood in a better way, and we will get an employment everyone. The farming community also felt that they will get the water, and the other weaker sections, they thought that they will get the wealth, which is a surplus state. But unfortunately, these 10 years, this man, instead of doing these things, he has started left, right and center looting the wealth.
But it's funny you should say that, because
that in the first phase of 5 years, it was in the cover of, what an emotional issue, kind of a statehood separate Telangana-ism.
Okay.
Which is an emotional issue which has covered all the facts. Slowly after 5 years, that cover has gone, mask has fallen, and the reality has people started seeing it. And we have been telling the people, and apart from that, the party also organized a massive, public meetings, and people turned out very well. And, yes, what we have been telling, it has come to reality. Like, Kaleshwaram, what you have mentioned, yes, we have been telling the state of Telangana people that this man has redesigned it from 28,000 crores to 1,25,000 crores.
Yeah.
And that too, he has started building the barrage from 152 meters height to 100 meters down, which is going to be a big burden on the state of Telangana. And this man, he himself, he has been telling that he only will design this project and he will execute it. We told in the house and outside also, even for a small house also, people will go to an architect, an engineer. Such a big barrage, the KCR without having an engineering background, he says that he is designing and he will do it, he will definitely collapse. That is what has happened. So people have realized.
But isn't it premature to say it because the assessment report isn't out yet? We can't. The dam assessment report, they're still looking into it. They're still digging deeper into the issue.
No, whether the assessment report is still out or not, the fact is that it is visible that the pillars are going down inside in the sand.
Okay, but
It is practically visible.
Okay.
And you know that, the same Godavari River, decades back, way back during the time of Jawaharlal Nehruji, they built a great dam on the same river on the name of SRSP, like in 1960s. It's still safe. It is given lakhs of acres irrigation. And those days we were not having the same kind of technology. Even after having so much of technology, new technology, available technology and money, but still they could not build it properly, means the Dam Safety Authority, which has come from Delhi, they said very clearly, it is not properly planned. And whatever planned, they have not designed it properly. Whatever they have designed, they have not executed it also. So, and they said, not only these 15 pillars between 15 and 25, in the entire dam also will get into trouble.
Okay.
If you fill the barrage with the water, the entire barrage also may get collapsed. So they suggested to release the water, and they also said not only Madiga, above that Annaram and Sundilla, those two barrages also they have constructed on the same lines. Though
Potential
also
threat.
will be having the same problem. Better to remove them and do it. See, imagine a lakh of crores is a big amount for the state kind Telangana, where you have so much of disparity, so much of social inequality, so many people are wanting house sites, so lakhs and lakhs of unemployed youth is waiting for an employment, and you have spent this money a scheme like Kaleshwaram, which is not going to give or yield anything for the state.
I understand, but I want to touch upon something you mentioned a few minutes earlier, right? Where you spoke about how they play on the Telangana sentiment, and that's what they did for the first 5 years.
Yeah.
And you also said Congress also fought for the statehood, which has been the BRS's biggest criticism, to turn around and say that, you know what, if they had fought a little earlier and if they had done it a little quicker, so many kids wouldn't have had to die. So many people wouldn't have self-immolated and died for Telangana.
And one thing one has to realize, see, any creation of a new state is possible only by bringing an act in the parliament. Isn't it or not? So it is not just mere by shouting on the streets and bringing an agitation, you will not get the state.
Right.
Only by enactment, only you will get the state. To pass a bill in the parliament, you need an absolute majority also. One should know the people who are having an awareness of Indian politics, that entire period from 2014 to 2004 to 2014. You don't have a majority for the Congress party. The Congress party under the name of UPA, with so many partners, they were running the government. And all those partners, they were not ready to pass that bill. Though Congress party is willing to do that. So if you introduce that bill, if it doesn't get passed, once it is over, for another decades of together, nobody will dare to put that bill inside the parliament. So what Congress did, with a great commitment by a leader like Sonia Ji, she tried her level best to convince all other partners. It took a lot of time to convince them. And finally, after the convincing them, she introduced the bill, got it passed and given a Telangana. This is a fact. And people who are not knowing the actual reality and how a state will get into reality, just like that if they speak, it is either out of ignorance or out of deliberately they want to tarnish the image of the other party. This is not right. Even KCR and KCR family also knows that they are not having a number of parliament members to pass the bill in the Lok Sabha. They are having only 2 MPs. Out of those 2 MPs are also, one has left the party. There was only 1 MP, that is KCR. He himself was also not taken part in voting. Still you got the Telangana. That is all because of Congress and UPA government and Sonia Ji.
So
This
now,
is the fact.
Now, since we have discussed how anti-incumbency has played out and what the BRS has accused the Congress of and all of that, the next thing which we have to speak about is this, I don't know if it's a word you'd be comfortable, but the term which has been used is the revival of the Congress. That Congress didn't have a lot of base, now it's been revived. And the person who has been majorly credited to it is Revanth Reddy. Do you think that assessment is fair? Because a lot of people, it's a big party and it has a lot of people, senior leaders in the Telangana, in the newly formed state of Telangana. So, how much of it do you think can be credited to one single person?
See, ma'am, I'd like to tell you something. Any political party, to create, to formulate, to make it a successful, it is a teamwork.
Okay.
Not by any single individual can be done anything. If someone is trying to speak something like that, maybe may not be knowing the politics and the reality. See, it is a teamwork, and everybody's contribution is there. And as CLP leader, I did my best. All other senior leaders, they did their best. As PCC president, party cadre has worked for the programs what all we have given. So together, our high command, by their constant monitoring of the party and making the people to work and to give a clarity of thought to the people, what we are going to do it once we come to power, like 6 guarantees and other promises, made the people to realize, yes, it is the Congress party which can deliver the goods, the ambitions and aspirations what Telangana people were expecting.
But I do have one more question, sir. The way you've conducted yourself, as you've been a Congress loyalist from the very beginning, and the way you've conducted yourself and the way you interact with the public, the language you choose to use or not use, is very different from your counterpart, Mr. Revanth Reddy.
Of course, yes.
Right? He is more aggressive. Now, the right or not is not my place to say.
No, I don't say it is right or wrong.
He is a more aggressive. He is also a lot younger than you are, and those are things which factor in. But there have been statements which have been considered distasteful, like saying stuff like, why will I have a problem with KTR, somebody who washed toilets in America? Those are statements which could be considered to be in poor taste. As somebody who has so far, at least to my knowledge, hasn't been using this kind of language, do you condone his remarks? Do you think it's something which is okay for a senior leader and possibly a chief minister face to talk like this?
Everyone is having his own style of making politics into life.
Style is a strange word, no,
for
sir?
example,
Right.
thought process also,
Okay.
Everyone's lifestyle depends upon the way he conducts, the way he speaks also. Everything depends upon the socialization and peer group also and how you brought. See, as far as me concerned, I'm more concerned of the issues rather than attacking an individual's face and all that, because I've been in the assembly for a long time. I was chief whip and deputy speaker also.
Yeah.
I know how to present the case in the house and to convince and to take that issue to the people. For example, if I start speaking something foul language, or the other counterpart speaks a foul language, I'll also answer on the same lines. Then what will happen? The news and the house, it will get distracted from the main subject. They will concentrate only on our language and our foul dialects. The main issues.
So would it be fair to say that
main
Reddy is
issues will go away.
distracting the public?
Main issues will go away. For example, when I was talking about the people who are not having houses and people who are not having an employment.
Right.
Suddenly, even I was also in the government. We know, when opposition leaders are trying to corner the government strategy is to divert the attention by using some foul language, so that immediately the other man, leaving the topic, he'll also get into personal attack. So in the process, what will happen? The media and house goes on these lines, leaving the public issue. So I know those tactics because I was also in the ruling part,
of the
and I conducted the house also.
Yes,
so
of
what
course.
I was very cautious to any amount of trapping us into their personal foul language. I used to maintain my own calmness and just concentrate only on this subject, so that you can really corner the
And
government.
do you think the public is looking for exactly those things in a
Yes,
leader?
of course.
They don't want somebody who's foul-mouthed.
Pardon me?
They don't want somebody who speaks bad language or...
No, that is also, some people will like it.
Okay.
Okay, all those things will there. If you see one story, you will have everyone.
Sure.
Every character will be there.
Yes.
So, and each character is required. See, need not to be everyone on the same line. If,
But
for
not
example,
every character becomes the leader, no, sir.
that's
also
okay.
there. Yeah.
It depends upon the requirement of the society.
Okay.
What society needs. Society needs a leader who can show the role model, who can be a role model for the society to follow. If you think that you are a leader, you have to present what your people of Telangana wants it. What is your revenues? What is your expenditure? What is your requirement? What is your human resource strength? And how are you using that human resource? For example, general people say that India is having a lot of population, but I see it is a great asset to us.
Okay.
That's an asset to me. If you can make use of that human resource properly, right from the childhood onwards, by giving a proper nutritious food and good health and good education, you can be a great asset to the country and to the society and to the state. So that's how you have to plan. And on the same lines, your state is having a Deccan plateau in between both the perennial rivers. If you can properly plant proper dams and irrigation projects on both the rivers, you can really tap proper water and power also. At the same time, and Telangana state is such a conducive state for a good weather conditions and all that. It attracts so many software companies and hardware companies to come and set up because of the atmosphere weather conditions. So for them, what you want, you have to provide them the proper infrastructure for them to come and stay here to set up their units. At the same time, you have to provide them the proper human resources which can cater their needs to work in their companies. So for which you have to plan in such a way education system, good engineering colleges, good technology colleges, with a proper language and soft skills and all that. So ready-made human resources are available, atmosphere
So
is
you think
available,
Congress is the
infrastructure
party
is
which
available.
can ensure this
Yeah,
good
obviously.
education, upliftment of all classes, castes? If that is one of the things we're looking at, then we also can't deny the fact that a week or so ago, Mandakrishna Madiga, the MRPS leader, shared a stage with Prime Minister Modi. And there have been several counts about how Congress and the BRS and in the past other regional parties in erstwhile Andhra Pradesh have completely disregarded the needs of the Madiga community. If this is the case, how is Congress going to view that? And how are you going to view that as somebody who's also a member of the scheduled caste community?
Yeah, see, this issue has been for a long time.
Yeah.
This categorization also has to be taken care by the Lok Sabha, the House, the Lok Sabha in the sense Parliament, both the houses. So as far as state of Andhra Pradesh is concerned, in the combined state those days, I was also a member in that house. We passed a single line resolution to the demand of the Mandakrishna Madiga and categorization to do the needful things by sending the resolution. Even after the formation of the state also, we have sent the resolution. The Congress party has given that resolution also. So it is in the Lok Sabha, the parliament, to take the decision on that issue. But for the past 1 decade, Narendra Modi, without attending that, just before the elections coming and giving a what is this? Crocodile tears, here.
Okay.
So Congress party is very clear in that, and the wealth and other facilities has to go to the poorest of the poor, needest of the need people. And Congress party is, trying to formulate a different corporations also, financial corporations, to strengthen their economic background so that they can live happily with self-employment and proper employment. And Congress party is clear on that.
But
No issue
how
as far as
different
Congress party
is-
is concerned.
I understand, but how different are the policies implemented, the 6 promises implemented by the Congress in a sense from what the BRS has been doing? Because they're all primarily direct cash transfers, social welfare schemes, right? So in nature, they've been named different. Indiramma Indlu, right, is not very different from the Griha Lakshmi scheme, in essence, right? Why would that be the reason, anti-incumbency aside?
Which Griha Lakshmi you are talking about?
The BRS's Griha Lakshmi.
Can I answer on that immediately?
please.
On the housing first of all.
Yeah.
See, as far as housing scheme is concerned, and welfare schemes also I'll let you, I'll
Okay.
tell you also in continuation. He promised before 2014 elections in his manifesto also, the Indirama house is a single house, bedroom house, is not sufficient to a family where if his daughter and son-in-law comes, where do they sleep? If you have goats and sheep and animal, where do you tie them? So it requires minimum of a double bedroom house. I'll give that. He promised that. Now for the past 1 decade and 10 years is a long period. Why has he not given housing to the poorest of poor people?
That is
Not even double bedroom, or even the existing scheme, Indirama scheme also, the housing corporation itself has lifted it. It is not there.
Totally, sir. But that's a problem of implementation. How are Congress's policies different from BRS if you're
That's what I'm
promising the
saying.
same thing? Okay.
See, in 2004, from 2004 to 2009 to 14, we have implemented a housing scheme, Indirama House. Whoever is having a need of the house, irrespective of cutting across the party lines, caste lines, and religion lines. Simply an officer of the housing corporation is to go to that house. If it is not a proper pakka house, make the family members to stand in front of the house, take a photo with their name and all that slate, upload in the online, just to get the housing. So we have done it and proved it. We can do that. And now what we are saying, we say the price of the cement, price of the sand, price of the coolie has gone up. And what all the housing scheme today in Andhra Pradesh, in the combined entire Andhra Pradesh, all the colonies were given, and in the sense, land they were acquired, made into plots, and they were given a housing scheme all over the state, which was done prior to 2004. 2014 to 2023, nothing has been done. So now what we are saying, we will again give the outsides. At the same time, people who are not having a house, we will give them 5 lakh rupees to construct a house, which we have done it, proved it, and we can do it.
Okay.
Because it is a need, because I myself have seen in various districts like Adilabad, Karimnagar, Nalgonda, in each one single bedroom, 2-3 families are living. So it is such a difficult thing for 2-3 families living in one single bedroom. Father, mother, son and daughter-in-law, living in the same, under one roof. How is it possible? Yeah, they cried. So I said, okay, we are going to promise you, we will do it, and we will do it.
Okay. Okay.
And welfare schemes, what he is saying, housing is one important thing. In combined state, he said that if we can get the separate statehood, healthy state, wealth you have a lot of. So that means instead of one room, you can give a double room. So which he couldn't do that. He stopped it. And the welfare scheme, the other scheme is ration cards. In the ration in the combined state, we used to give rice. Apart from the rice, essential commodities of 9 essential commodities we used to give to them in one bag on the name of Amma Hastam. So once if you got a wealthy state, that those essential commodities of 9 has to increase to 18 or in a better way. Now what he did, he stopped those essential commodities. He started giving only rice. So do you agree that he is doing a better welfare scheme than the combined state when he stopped giving the essential commodities? No. Other thing like pensions, we used to give the old women and old men also, both wife and husband. And this man stopped giving to one and started giving only one, either lady or a old man or old lady.
But the obvious critique which will come in is this is a
So-
lot of money to just give and you don't manufacture it back to the government.
No. That's what I'm saying. See, the welfare schemes in the combined states are much better than the present, separate state which is supposed to have a lot of wealth.
But shouldn't there also be a focus on setting up institutions?
That's what I'm
instead?
saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm coming to that. Other scheme also, he claims that he is giving Kalyan Lakshmi and Shadi Mubarak. That scheme is, for the girl, by the time of marriage,
Yeah.
he is giving ₹1,00,000. But prior to this, we were
Bangaru Talli, I think you're right.
we were having Bangar Talli, which is much higher than this 2,16,000 or something like that. So he reduced from 2,16,000 to 1,00,000. So how can you say that it is much better than the combined state welfare scheme? So now what we are saying, we will follow that Bangar Talli, like we'll give 1,00,000 and 1 tula of gold to the girl. Because already we have done, coined that. That was an act, not a GO also. So this man has not adapted to that act and has squashed it. And unfortunately, the girl is not getting 2,16,000.
Okay.
So like that, all the welfare schemes, what all he is saying, are not greater than the welfare schemes which were there in the combined state. But now what we are saying, after seeing the life of so many lakhs of people, what we thought, the wealth has to be distributed to the people. And you are asking, how do you generate the wealth?
Yeah.
The olden days in the combined state, all the wealth which has been generating now, which has become wealthy state, it is all because of the previous governments of creating an assets which was generating the wealth, like so many irrigation projects like on Krishna River, Jorala project, Nagarjuna Sagar project, Srisalem project, Koel Sagar project, Nettempadu project, Bhima project, Kalavkurti lift irrigation projects. And apart from the irrigation, it is generating even the power also, multi-purpose dams. On Godavari, SRSP project, Kadem project,
I understand, yeah.
Devadala project. Like that, we have created an assets on the rivers. And at the same time, within the state, you bought BHL, you bought BDL, you bought ECL, you made international airport, you built outer ring road, you created so much of infrastructure, you established high-tech city, and you constructed even a defense kind of projects, NIMS, IIT, triple ITs, whatnot, many things, even for the people who are coming and settling down in Hyderabad, even for them also, with an affordable housing, apart from the weaker section housing, housing board is to be there. That is to construct housing for the urban people, lower income people, upper middle income group, higher income group, cost to cost, so that people come here, get an employment, live there.
Okay.
So we have concentrated on both the things. Like first you establish assets which can create a wealth, and created wealth, again you invest on certain projects, and some of the money that you distribute to the people who are not getting the proper share in this development.
Okay.
So this is a combined
I
effort.
understand.
But whereas this man, he has not built any multi-purpose dam in the state, nor any industry, nor any infrastructure, nor any other visible thing that he has done in this one decade. What happened to that 5 lakh crores of money which has taken the loan from the commercial banks? What is that he has created? Nothing.
So now the PRS and Congress are the big two parties right now in Telangana. But there have also been coming together and moving away of a few smaller parties with the Congress. I'm speaking about the CPM. I'm speaking about YSRTP, Ms. Sharmila's party. Can you explain what went wrong
With
CPM, with YSRTP, and why something couldn't be formed together? Because Sharmila, in an interview with us, told News Minute that she moved away because she did not want to split the votes of the Congress. So I thought you would like to respond to that, and I know Congress holds her father and his legacy in very high regard. So would you like to
she
respond?
is having a love towards the Congress party, as she is the daughter of the great leader of the Congress party. The
But she
former
couldn't
chief
find a
minister.
place in.
No, it's not like that.
Okay.
So she had a dialogue with the highest leadership, top leadership like Sonia ji and Rahul ji. And they have a better understanding. and definitely they have a mutual respect for each other. If you see her statement in the media, what all has happened between them. No. And for us, yes, we respect her and that Ashik Reddy. And also, the CPM you are asking. The CPM, of course, we tried our level best to carry it along with us, apart from CPI.
Yeah.
But somehow it clinched with CPI, but not with CPM.
What were the disagreements about?
No, not, see, both are respected national parties. We tried, they were having some expectations on some seats, but the Congress party is, having some strong leaders to contest from there to win those seats. Some of, some of the seats where we offered, some of the seats where they asked, till last minute we tried, but somehow things didn't work out. But that doesn't mean that we are opposed in antagonizing them, nor they are antagonizing.
It's cordial, it's peaceful. Okay, so my last question, and you and everyone in your party seem very confident of a Congress victory. But if and when that does happen, do you see yourself as a chief ministerial face, and do you think you are ready for the job?
See, I as a CLP leader, I was campaign committee chairman earlier, as working president and chief whip of the combined state and deputy speaker of this combined state. Now as CLP leader, of course, yes, the party thinks that if they want and trust the job, yes, I'll take the responsibility because.
And are they considering it?
See, it is up to the party, not me who has to take a decision.
Do you know anything? Have you been?
Well, see, these things will be discussed and takes a final shape only after the elections.
Okay.
And we have an established standard practice and procedure also.
Okay.
For the Congress party. Like, after the elections, CLP meeting will be called. All the elected members will come. Our party high command will come there. They will take the opinion of all the members. And finally, the party will decide. He is such and such a person is the leader of the CLP. And happily, all party members.
And if it comes your way, you will be more than happy to.
That's okay, yeah. Even after seeing so many things in the state, I thought, yes, definitely we'll do something to the people of the state. And particularly various sections of the society like farming community, unemployed youth, weaker sections, backward class people, women, old age people, and particularly the tribal community who are living in the deep in forests. And all these sections have to be taken care. And particularly in Telangana, if you see, the 50% of the population are backward class people who are having a different kind of professions. Those professions, unfortunately, are not updated to the in the globalization process of mechanization system, like weaving. So you got so many machinery kind of a thing, but still they are using the age-old technology of weaving. They have to update that machinery.
Okay.
And like other things also, many other professions like pottery, carpentry, all these things. So much of technology has come, and the whole world has become a small village, and the competition has become so high. To compete with them, you also need the proper machinery to compete with them. For that, you need a lot of money to invest. So to invest that money, of course, the budget has to be earmarked for them. So after seeing all those things for 4 months particularly, I thought, yes, we have to do something for them.
Okay. All right, sir.
And women also.
I understand. And women also, that is the note we are ending on with Congress leader Bhatti Vikramarka and Chief Minister Hopeful. This is the News Minute. Thank you for watching us, and please don't forget to subscribe to the News Minute News Laundry Joint Election Fund. Thank you.
News Laundry, the News Minute.
News Laundry,
The News Minute,
News Laundry and the News Minute
are coming together.
साथ आ रहे हैं.
5 states, 2 independent media organizations, and 1 team.
so log on to newslaundry.com,
Contribute to the News Minute and News Laundry Election Fund. Joint Election Fund.
TNM, NL,
Joint Election Fund.
तो हमारा सहयोग करें. Contribute now.
Because we are stronger together.
क्योंकि साथ साथ मिलकर ही हम सब मजबूत होंगे.
क्योंकि सागे आपा मजबूत रेसा.
కలిసి ఉంటేనే బలంగా ఉంటాం.
We're stronger together.
And we're even stronger with you.